everyone, Stacy here today. I'm going to show you how to paint a 6x6 winter canvas scene. So to start off, I'm using a 6x6 deep edge canvas. I have covered it with some music note paper and let that dry. I'm going to paint a winter scene on it. I have also die cut out a snowman from Grunge Board using the Sizzix Winter Wonderland die. It has a snowman and snowflakes on it. I also have a couple of the snowflakes here. The snowman I have painted with the Art Anthology gesso, and I'm setting that aside, letting that dry while I paint the cover, or while I paint my canvas. I'm going to do the top part of the canvas in the Aloha Blue for the sky, and then the bottom part of the canvas I'm going to mix between the linen and the cotton to give that white snow effect down below. Okay, so I'm just going to start with a little bit of the Aloha Blue on the top here. Since it's going to be the sky, I'm also going to do the sides of the canvas to make it blend better. This is only my second canvas attempt, so we'll see how this one turns out. I'm going to go ahead and do the white with the cotton on the bottom to start with. You will see the pattern paper that I have put on the canvas come through, and that's okay. I'm going to try and make a little hill effect here. That way when I fill it in with the blue, you'll be able to see the hills. I'm going to do a little bit on the sides with this also. Now I can go back in with the Aloha Blue and I'm just using a baby wipe here on the canvas where the two colors are meeting to try and give it a little bit of a better blended look here. Okay, so while that's drying, to see if I want to add any more color to it, I'm going to take the snowman and I'm going to paint his body white. And I'm kind of doing chunky layers, or not really smoothing out the paint, just to make it, in my mind, kind of look like that snow effect. I'm not painting the hat because I'm going to paint that with the tuxedo black. Okay, so the body of the snowman is painted with the cotton white. I think I'm going to go in now with the tuxedo and paint his hat black. Okay, so his hat's done with the tuxedo. I'm going to use the truffle for his arms. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. So the snowman's painted, his arms and his hat are painted. I'm going to wait and paint his nose. And actually, I don't think I'm going to paint his nose. I'm going to use the Juicy Coloration Spray, and I'm actually going to just undo it and dip my paintbrush down in there. I like the way that looks. And color his nose orange. Okay. So for right now, he is painted, and we're just going to scooch him off to the side and let him dry a little bit. And then back to the canvas. I kept the pieces out after I die cut it, and I thought maybe I could use that as a stencil. So let's see, what do I want to stencil with? We're going to use the dimensional crystal, the blizzard color. I'm just going to hold this down on here. And I'm just going to dab this in here and see how it turns out. Don't know what's going to happen, so we shall see if it looks like a snowflake when it's done. Oh, the anticipation. If it doesn't work, I might just cry. Okay, so I finished the snowflake here in the corner, and I added another one here in the middle of the canvas the same way with my grunge board of the snowflake that I had cut out using the blizzard crystal. My snowman is drying. I painted a little red scarf on him with the Desiree paint. And I just used a paintbrush, the end of the paintbrush, for the buttons down the snowman and his nose. I dipped them in the tuxedo paint. So I just dipped it and then dabbed it down the middle of him. And then up here again for his eye. Over here I'm going to put Let It Snow. And I'm thinking about using letter stickers for that, some thickers. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just put it down here in the corner. So I'm going to paint on the back of my letter stickers here. Or I'm just going to add some liquid glue to the back of those and then place those down in the corner. So for the snow, I'm going to use, or for the word snow, if I can even learn how to spell today, for the word snow, I'm using thickers. And for Let It, I'm not quite sure. I have these little stickers here from, I think they're My Little Yellow Bicycle stickers, to do Let It right here. I'm not sure how well they will stick, but we're going to try it. I'm going to use tweezers for this. can always touch up the paint and the gesso around the letters. I was going to print out Let It Snow and then put it on some paper and add it on here, but then if I add my snowman there, okay. So now I'm going to use my Sharpie. And because I can't draw a straight line, I'm actually going to use a ruler just to do a little doodling around the outside of the canvas here. You can tell my white paint's not completely dry down there. So I'm making a mess, but that's okay. I'm not going through the snow there. Or through the snowflake, I'll just kind of try to hand draw it there. Then I'm going to do the same thing across the bottom here. Now I'm going to do a second line all the way around and just kind of move the ruler a little bit to give it a different box look. And the same thing up here. We're going to do the same way down here, except for I'm going to go below the snowflake again. Just move my letters. There. Okay. So I have my doodling done. Have my letters. I'm going to put my snowman on, and then I think I'm going to doodle around his body a little bit to make him pop off the page. He's still a little tacky. So I'm going to put glue on the back of him. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so I'm going to put him down right here. He's going to go over that snowflake, but that's okay because I can add another one. And I'm only pushing on the white part of him because I can fix that since he's still a little tacky. I don't want my fingerprints embedded in him. But that I can totally fix by just adding a little more white paint to the snowman. And actually, I could even, I'm going to fix that little part of the snowflake that's there by him. This is my favorite color of the dimensional crystal, I think. It's the Blizzard. It's almost empty, so I'm having to squeeze. Oh. Okay, so there's that snowflake fixed. But I'm going to go ahead and add, I think I'm going to add another one here in the middle, because I really like how they turned out. So again, I'm just squeezing the Blizzard crystal. In my grunge board here. And then I will remove that, and there's the snowflake. Oh, I love that. So cute. So, so cute. I might even squeeze a little bit of the dimensional crystal on the snowflake here and just, or I mean snowman, and just kind of dab that around on there. Make him really look like a fluffy snowman. Actually, I might use a smaller brush here. That way I can get around the buttons. Come up and do a little on his face. It gives him a little sparkle too. Okay. So I think the snowman's done. I'm going to touch up his black buttons. Let's see how this is. Kind of smush them out a little bit so they look like pieces of coal. Okay, so now I'm going to touch up this little paint over here that I got with my finger when I was putting the letter stickers down. Just going to dab it on there. Okay. wonder if I did that, let's see, will that look like little pieces of snow? I bet you it will if I just kind of dab them on there. Well, let's try. So I'm taking the cotton paint on my paintbrush and I'm just going to kind of dab here and there to look like little pieces of snow. Kinda. Looks kind of cute. Looks like snow is falling. Okay. Well, that's it. That's the wintertime canvas that I wanted to show you today. Like I said, once everything is dry, I'm going to use my Sharpie and just kind of go around the snowman here a little bit so he stands out a little more. But thanks for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed my second canvas. Have a good one.